All right, let's get some work done. All right, so basically what's going on here is this spindle here is crooked on this axle. So what we're going to end up doing is we're going to cut it off and re-weld it. All right, we got the axles back in the garage. As you can see, got them all welded up. We even added a gusset in here for strength. Right now, these are perfectly square now. As before, the spindles were laying way in from the factory. What ended up happening is when they built the axles from the factory, they weren't perfectly square on the jig table. And when they welded the spindle, it was crooked, and that's what was causing my wheels to be laid in. These axle tubes are not bent. When we put them on the jig table, they were right on the money. The only thing that was wrong was that the spindle was welded like this. So we've corrected that on both sides and on both axles. So the only thing I got to do now is just paint these up and put them back in the trailer. All right, we're out here on a nice snowy day. We're gonna put the axles back in the trailer. This is how we fixed them, guys. You know, we cut the end of the spindle off because it was welded on crooked, re-welded it, and then added a gusset on each side. As you can see here, these are very strong. They should be straight. When we put them on the jig table, everything was fine. So we're gonna attach the leaf springs back on, and then what we'll do is we'll slide the axles through and bolt them up and put the wheels back on, and hopefully the wheels aren't sitting like that anymore. All right, now that I got the axles centered on the leaf springs, just gotta put these U-bolts in it and this backing plate here and tighten it all up. I wanted to show you guys something before I tighten this up. I got everything in loose, but we cheated death right here because I forgot when we welded this gusset in that these clamps were gonna go next to it, and luckily they clear, but man, was it close. Had this been in the way, I would have had to cut this out or notch it or something, but luckily we're good. All right, guys, we got both axles in here. I got the axles orientated the correct direction. Just double check that just to make sure. So now I'm gonna put the drums back on here in the rear and hook the wires up and put the wheels on it, and hopefully it's all good. All right, so I'm ready to put the left rear drum on here, and as you can see, I marked it right there, left with an arrow pointing forward. I marked everything when I took it apart, just to ensure that when I put it back together, it's in the correct orientation. All right, so what I'm doing here is I'm just reattaching the electrical wires to the brake drums for the electric brakes, and I'm just soldering them back together because I had to cut them when I took it off, and the roads around here in Massachusetts are pretty bumpy, so I don't want to use like a butt splice or something like that. So I'm going to solder them back together. All right, I got both sides done. all wired up, ready to go. Ran the wires real nice and neat, kept them neat. Now before I put the front face of this drum on, I'm just gonna grease up these spindles. And on mine, it takes grease, it's got a grease zerk right at the end here. So I'm gonna fire some grease into it. Once this is full, this is gonna come out the back, and then I'll put the drum on and give it a few more shots of grease, and then should be all set. All right, so I pumped it full of grease, and just like I said, it came out, which is good. So I'm just gonna lube up this a little bit, and we'll put the drum back on and give it a few more shots of grease, and it should be all set. I've already pre-packed in here heavily with grease, so we know that we're good there. So we're almost done. Then we'll put the wheels on it, and when we let it down, hopefully they're not leaning. All right, so I just got the trailer washed and the truck washed, and the interior of the trailer cleaned out. Got the hurricane blower up front, and put some wood down to cleat it in so it won't go anywhere. I do have the E-track where we can strap these down. We'll probably go that route. Got a brand new spare tire for the trailer, and I got smart and put my jack in there this time. No more using that little bottle jack. Thing was a total piece of crap. Took forever to jack the trailer up. Now we're ready. If this thing goes down, we got the right jack to do it. I ended up putting a ladder over here. This will work out nice for that. We ordered a hand tool rack. I think it's from Equipment Defender. Probably put that over here somewhere, or maybe we'll put it over here and organize the hand tools. But we're ready to get some spring cleanups done now. We're pretty much ready to go. You know, all the machines are serviced, and we're ready to rock and roll. It won't stay pretty like this for long, but it sure does look nice, and it makes you feel good when you're going out, starting your season. Clean equipment, clean truck, clean trailer. It just gives you good vibes. Got the right stander sitting in the garage for now. We won't need that because we're going to use the walker to suck up a lot of the debris. And I finally got this mower done. I just got to put the decals on the deck, and it's done. It's funny, this had a 20 horsepower engine in it, and a subscriber reached out to me and was in dire need for an engine. So I ended up selling them the motor that was out of here. So in the meantime, I built a 26 EFI, and again, converted it to carburetor like I always do. And this thing's running great. So just got to break it in and then put it through its paces, but this should be a good little mower. This is a 2002 Walker MTSD. It's all original. I bought it from Randy from Countryside. It had just over 1,000 hours on it when I bought it, and it had a bad motor. Well, good morning, guys. It's an early day here. We're about to start our first day of cleanups. What do you think, hon? You excited?
Yeah.
All right, good morning, guys. We're at our first job of 2023 and our first cleanup of the season.
And it feels like winter.
Yeah, it feels like winter. Good morning, hon. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Ready to be back to work.
Yeah, you ready to hit it?
I am.
Good. All right, so here's what we got going on. You guys have seen this property many times on camera. We did a big fall cleanup here, so there's not going to be a whole lot of leaves to blow, but obviously you have some here on the side yard, up against the fence, up against the house, and the tricky part before was this pool area back here. Yeah, so we got some leaves over here. It's actually not that bad, but we're gonna blow all this out and move everything from the perimeter into the middle of the yard so we can suck it up with a walker. So what was your plan, hon? We're gonna blow it out from the corners, right, and then put it into the middle of the yard, and then you were gonna run over it and crunch it up with a walker. with the back hopper open?
I was going to, but now that I see there's not a tremendous amount of leaves here, so I think I'll just pick them up.
Okay.
I was gonna try to cut down on what we were taking with us, but it's not like overwhelming.
Right, it's not terrible. So, got a big branch here to get rid of. All right. So we'll just start by blowing out the corners and getting all the heavy out, and we'll get into the middle of the yard and go to town sucking it up.
All right.
All right. Just gotta fill everything up with gas, warm it up, and then we'll stick together.
All right.
Just work as a team and get everything out into the middle of the yard, and then you'll have your moment on Pink Panther.
Okay, I'm just looking around because I didn't know what's been going on in here. So sorry I've been MIA, guys. I took a little break this winter. As I told you guys in our previous videos, I was a hairstylist before we did this, so I kind of got back into that a little bit over the winter because we weren't plowing and stuff, and I can't sit around. So, did a nice job in here, Brian.
Oh, thanks.
Now, where are the hand tools, just so I know?
They're at home.
Oh, that's a good place for them.
Yeah. Well, the hand tools are at home until we get that equipment defender rack that we were talking about.
Okay.
I brought just the rakes with us today because I know we didn't need anything else.
Yeah, all right.
But I didn't want to just throw them in here and have it disorganized, so yeah. They're at home.
Okay.
Just warming up the leaf blowers. I was kind of hoping to be able to use the Hurricane on this property, but I don't know. I don't think we're going to need it, unfortunately. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe you'll see me hop on it for a little bit, and just play around on it. I've been dying to really put this thing to work. I got this blown down here. I got in the heavy to the corner here, and I need to take the hand rake and excavate the leaves out of this corner here because they're just blowing back at me. So I'll take the rake that out, rake some of this out, send it right up through the fence, right up through the gate. Renee's just putting all the leaves in the middle of the yard here. She's just blowing out the perimeter, and then she'll run over it with the Pink Panther and suck them all up. and I'm just going over the lawn with the Echo 9010 blower and just loosening up all the pine needles and stuff so she can suck them up. Alright, so we're moving right along here. So far so good. Renee earlier went and blew out the corners of the yard here. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start sucking this up now. Alright. Going with the old tarp method removal today, guys. Renee's idea.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You always gotta try to think ahead when you don't have a leaf loader. Is it heavy?
Yep. This is why I see why people hate those walker bags.
Yeah, I know.
Well, they say that that's what they do, but I don't know. Let's try this out, Bram.
All right. All right, now that I'll need back surgery.
Well,
We are victorious. Gonna need a massage tonight, huh?
well, you know what? We're not putting that box on just for
No.
spring cleanups
I don't blame you.
because we can't use that leaf loader without the box.
Nope. Whew. All right.
Otherwise, the leaves will end up right where they came from in the first place, all back in the yard again.
How's it feel to be back out working? I feel great.
Yeah, it feels good.
Feels good to be out here making some money and making some yards look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's well on its way over. We gotta start the front now.
All right. Well, chop. Come on. Let's go. Let's get it done.
This is called the warming up period. You ever heard of warming up before you exercise?
Yeah. Even though I don't exercise often.
Jeez. All right, I'm gonna get to work.
Yeah. So I'll just continue blowing out the nooks and crannies if you want to run over it with the Panther.
Okay.
Moving right along here.
What did you do over there in the pool area? The leaves are in the front of the gate now, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's only a few of them that I need to excavate out of there, but I didn't want to start blowing them around because the wind was picking up a little bit.
Just
so.
leave it, and we will either rake it
Yeah.
or blow it onto the tarp, depending on how heavy it is.
Yep.
We'll check that out in a little bit.
I concur.
Let's start with over here.
All right.
Alright guys, so this is the final product on this one. It's starting to warm up out here a little bit today, thank goodness. I don't like working in the cold. Let me show you the backyard. And the pool area over here that Brandon took care of. Looks good. So we are going to be back to edge the front here and install ground mulch. Always make sure, guys, if your client's car is in the way of your working area, to blow it down afterwards. How's that diet going?
Good.
Yeah, you know, guys, we've been doing pretty good with the diet. And then we've been super busy the past week, so we kind of fell off the diet there for like about a week. Now today we're back to work.
What's wrong with peanut butter and jelly?
I need to invest in a new cooler and stuff like that, so I said, you know what, we can't do salads today, they'll be wilted. Well, they'll be wilted, so
I'm tired of eating rabbit food anyway.
we're to the PB&J today, but you know what, that's okay just for today. Well, you need to get back to the rabbit food. We both need to.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Well, we just got home for the day, guys. That's gonna wrap it up for this video. Again, thank you for tuning in. If you like our videos, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.